Part two. Flat globe, concave. What the fuck? What we are starting to figure out is these are all stages of learning. You go from globe, start questioning, is it flat? And then you go, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Start finding out all the history. Wow, it's pretty cool. Pilots agree, like the ocean agrees. Yeah, I think flat looks pretty cool. And supposed to be an ice wall. There's no ice wall. That doesn't make any sense, but it's still flat. It's not on any maps, but it's still flat. A lot of you still fighting it like it's nothing but flat. And the download tonight was you are graduating into different cycles. If you want to say it's flat and stay there, like it's really comical that you, when you look at like let's just say if any of you done psychedelics or any of that stuff, is like do you look outside of the window while you're under psychedelics and go, wow, everything looks really cool, and like everything is bending, like nothing's flat. That's with the third eye type thing. But so you think about that, like how did you go from understanding like psychedelics and whatever, and all of a sudden you just go, no, this place is flat. It's God's creation, and the only word we have for it is flat. What the fuck? As you graduate, you'll see how funny that sounds. And some of you might have already been triggered and pissed off right now. I don't care. Just for the record, man, I've had a fucking day. Like 4 hours of sleep, and I busted my real estate agent that tried to pretty much nail me. Like some paperwork screwed up for around $20,000. So it's been a day, and I'm on super high frequency, but I'm still tired. But sometimes when we're tired, like we see things really clear. So my point of this is to let everyone know that as we perceive and argue and fight and debate the shapes of Earth, it's all a graduation process. It's like, did you figure out it's not spinning? Okay. So you think it's flat. There's a lot of evidence, right? Oh yeah, there's a ton of evidence. But there's no maps. Okay. What could it be? Okay, then we look at concave. Okay, concave. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But it's still a ball. So it freaks me out. It's another process of graduating through all of this. It's a ball. And this room goes, they get all freaked out, like, no, not another ball. But it is, because it's the truth, because that's where they haven't been lying the entire time, showing you the CGI ball. Because it's the outside of what it really is. But what it really is doesn't have any shape. So you graduate those three phases. But the trick is you first have to understand how a concave works. And I'm just going to break this down real quick. So some of you, I hope, I get tired of it. It's so hard to explain. Imagine that you're a computer programmer. And I did this back when I was 13 years old. I was programming computers. When you start with a computer program, it's a blank slate. Like, you can make the screen in the program, you can make it do whatever you want it to do. If you want to create a character and have them run across the bottom of the screen, then you make the bottom of the screen the down. And so the program says, okay, well, the character's on the bottom of the screen. That's cool. Go ahead and build from there, do whatever you want. Well, if you want to make a game where the character can flip and go upside down, then you can do that. Like, and then the character is upside down, but there's really no upside down in the character's world. It's upside down, but to the character, obviously they would go, well, the up is down to them, and everything's cool. Or, vice versa if you want to go sideways. So basically, you're taking that blank slate and you are giving the program directions for the character to know where their feet is supposed to be and how they're supposed to be standing upright. Like, that is something you can program. This is really kind of important because everyone keeps talking about this being a simulation. So with it being a simulation, we go back to the Matrix, we go back to the architect, the Oracle. We have controllers in place that design this place, and it has rules and it has boundaries, and it's like in the Matrix why they can run across walls and do all this stuff, flip upside down and all this stuff. So going from a blank slate to you define what's up and down. Well, in order to do that, you have to have a center point. So on the concave model, it shows the center point being the center that projects ether. So whichever direction, so ether is the program or the code that is constantly being beamed, and the central core is the processor, so to speak. So it will define if it wants, like, I could be you would say you're at the top of the ball. Like, I might be right here, and you go, well, you're upside down. But the ether pushing up, that right there means if I am in fact up here, then I'm sitting right here because I'm being pushed down. The program has defined it that I can be anywhere on this sphere and be sitting right here at the same time. It's a lot of people that have such a hard time understanding this. But when you take it from a blank slate, let's go to the upside down ships in Australia. The gravity thing that we all laugh about. If a ship is upside down in Australia on the globe, why would it be upside down? There would have to be a universal force outside in space of nothingness to say that ship is upside down. But there's no code outside of or in the nothingness. So that doesn't mean the ship's upside down. Upside down according to who? Oh, well, if you take the ISS and you point the camera at the globe, then it's upside down. But we all know that's all fake. Do you see how funny they've made all this sound? And so when you understand the core of this is a simulation program, it has to define rules where we are in this physical reality. So I don't know, you can't say that I'm up here or I'm over here, because down is always down. So the point of this part is to understand that everyone needs to understand. This is a step to understanding the entire simulation. Concave is one more graduation step. I'm going to state it right now. There is not a shape to this planet, or realm. There's no shape to it. The shape is defined by what you perceive. What the next person sees is not going to be the same that you see. I think this has been pretty clear for the last, how many years we've been fighting over the shape of this thing? It doesn't matter how much evidence you show somebody, they're still not going to agree with you. So it's whatever you want to see. But you have to understand, when you understand the concave model, you understand the simulation and the programming. So the fun part from there is you take it into, I am the programmer. How is that possible? Well, who else is going to do it? Do you think, we live in a world, there's a stock market, there's numbers that go up, and then I do my thing with Bitcoin, like Bitcoin does its own thing, but it's tied to the consciousness. And you have all of these things that just kind of work out by themselves and do whatever they want to do. I got a kombucha at the bottom of it, hold on. But see, all this stuff is still an external program. The base program would be if you were to be in the middle of nowhere and be sitting in a space looking out, what do you see? Let's just say you're looking at the ocean. I'm looking at the ocean. Okay, well, the ocean, obviously the ocean's flat. Oceans don't bend. Just stop with that stupidity. Oceans don't bend. You're looking at the ocean. It's a flat ocean. Cool, we get that. It's a flat ocean. How far can you see? Some people think it's like, I can see for 2,000 miles. No, it's like maybe 100 if you're lucky. Probably about 50 that you're seeing across the ocean until you can't see anything anymore. So that's where the shoal comes in. All the ancient cultures, they go, oh, this proves it's flat. No, it proves your space is flat. That's all it is. They were never concerned about what are the people in 10,000 miles away or in another country that I don't even know about. What do they see? They don't care. It's their own personal space. Their own personal space is flat to the observer. They don't care about anything outside of that. So this is just one thing that concave, when you embrace concave, that it will teach you, is that you understand that the program, the simulation, the program, you can start to bend it. You can start to manipulate. Like this, my downloads, I'm just touching on basics. My downloads tonight were huge. But when you can start, it's just like in the Matrix, when you start to bend, there's no spoon, you can stop bullets. That's the graduation from concave. Screw the globe, screw the flat. The concave is the most real thing you're gonna get before you get to the point where you can acknowledge that you are the creator. It's like I don't know. I'm trying to keep it basic, because if I go too far, then I get a lot of people screaming because they get triggered. Sometimes they want to, well, not so much the book anymore, but people have a super hard time with this. And it's almost like, it's like, okay, you finished high school, do you want to go to college? But it's like, no, but this is like a different level. But to understand that the mechanics of defining, even the power of understanding that you can define directions, and you go, I want to be at the top of this thing. I want to be told I'm upside down. I'm not. I know I'm not upside down, but everyone's laughing at me because they think I am. Well, who can prove that? So, I hope I'm kind of getting this across the right way, because I really don't know how else to put it, because from this point to progression is how do they put it? It's like at the very end of the Matrix. It's the reality is it's whatever you want to believe. Where we go from here is a choice I leave to you. Like, we can do that, but all I gotta really report is I am super, super sick of the flat earthers that are just like so angry towards this. We jumped 1, 2, you got 3 to, so you're at second base, you got third base to go, and then fourth to go home, and you're stuck at second. It seemed very fun. You still fighting with everybody? Still fighting with family, friends, concavers. Oh, yeah. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it for whatever you want. That's what I got for tonight, and I'm going to go back to filming the moon, so peace out.